Peter, what goes into the last week where you've had leads and trying to keep them? What do you need to do to take that next step and secure a victory?
Really what you're doing is you're going to try to push them to play that consistent 60-minute game. We've talked about having leads, and when we have leads, we've got to be able to finish it off. It's a process of mental toughness and being able to understand that there's times when you can do things on the ice and there's times when you have to play a certain way and be more focused to be able to get yourself in a position to win. And we're pushing them in that direction. We've talked about it a lot, and I don't want to continue to say there's improvement, but what we have to say is that the resolve has to be there, and you can't lose any kind of direction.
Peter, what would you like to see differently from that JVR Bozak Kessel line versus what happened on Tuesday?
Just score and not get scored on. That's as simple as that. Their job is to score and not get scored on, and to create scoring chances, to be a threat. They're a dangerous line. They all can bring offense, and that's what we need them to do. And we need them to be not a liability in any other area, like most lines. If you're constantly getting chances against you, or constantly having problem keeping the puck out of your own zone or out of the net, then you're going to have problems.
You had them in red jerseys practice yesterday with that little shot across the bow.
I think it was for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a little comfortable, and everybody, one line wears this, one line wears that, and let's change that up a little bit. Let's change the way we think. Let's change the way we approach the day-to-day. So, this kind of makes everybody kind of a little more aware.
You let offensive guys play, for lack of a better, phrase, not coach them to score, that this thing is just inherent with them and they've got to find a way to get out of this?
There's lots of ways, and sports psychologists that get involved and why things happen, and a lot of times you're not open to doing some things that aren't comfortable. Maybe you got to do some things that you don't normally do, and sometimes you just got to simplify things. There's lots of ways. There's no one answer to getting yourself out of a slump type area, and you try to put them in a position that they can be successful. You try to make sure that they're not overly pressuring themselves, but they've got to put it on the line, and they've got to push themselves harder than that they're comfortable with. And so that's where we are with everybody. It's not just one line, it's the whole team.
Zone entry on power plays as much a problem as anything on that special
for
team?
For sure. That's a big problem. You're going to power play that's got some danger in the past and has been successful. Getting in, getting set up is the biggest factor we have to have. So, if we get in, we get set up in that situation, we're going to have some success. I think we've got some thought processes where it's not going to just come from one area. It's not just going to come from Phil. It's going to come from other areas. And we got to put more pucks and more traffic there, and the other unit's going to bring a new dynamic as well.
Have you encouraged Morgan to use maybe his offensive instincts a little bit more?
Well, we've never limited him to do that, and his skating is there. It's always decision making. It's always when and where, and when do you move the puck and when do you keep the puck. The puck moves a lot faster than you can skate, and he can skate as good as anybody. So, but yes, I do encourage him. He's played some dynamic games, getting up ice and in the offensive zone. I definitely want to encourage him to get pucks through and shoot more. He's got a very good shot. He needs to shoot the puck more and put more traffic there. As a team, we want to shoot the puck more and we want to put more traffic there. So we're encouraging him to do that.
Why Reimer tonight?
He's a really good goalie.
That's a good reason.
I like him. I think he's ready for a win, and I feel confident with him in that.